Mr. Nadigela, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about this situation that Ubaloyi has been going over and over again. Okay, because I don't think he realizes what he's doing there. I don't think so. Because this can come back to bite him at a later stage. That's how things go in South Africa anyway. You would think that you are successful with something. Years later, it comes back and things are like, Aibo, Aibo, Enja, Aibo. And I don't think he realizes the danger that he's putting other people in this situation in. I don't think so. So Ubaloyi is there trying to insect that Undanzi had a cell phone while in police custody, with the police, and he used this cell phone while he was with the police, and the police supposedly, the way he puts it, they did not know about that. That is what Ubaloyi is saying in that courtroom, okay, guys. So what we saw in court yesterday was not just cross-examination. It was a theory collapsing in real time, because the moment Baloyi tried to suggest that Ntanzi was making calls while under police escort, he opened a question he could not answer. Who gave Ntanzi the phone? And once that question is asked, the entire case starts shaking because it doesn't make sense. Let's slow it down a bit, because maybe we are in a hurry. Maybe it's us who are problematic. The state now is trying to build a narrative that Ntanzi was with the police. Ntanzi had access to a phone. Ntanzi made multiple calls. And from that, they want the court to believe he is not telling the truth. But here is the problem with that narrative. This is not just about calls. This is about custody. Ntanzi was in custody and Ntanzi was with the police. Now, the contradictions are too much when it comes to that. You cannot tell the court that a man is under police control. You can't. And then in the same breath, also we hear possible assaults and being escorted from place to place. And at the same time, he is freely using his phone, making multiple calls, trying different numbers. No, that can't make sense. That is not how custody works, most, unless we are the ones that are mad. Because really now, what you mean? Why are you saying now? What are you saying to us? So now the question becomes, where were the police when Ntanzi was making these calls? Who was this police who was so quite friendly with Ntanzi? Were the police really friendly with Ntanzi, or were they assaulting him? Which one is which? What's going on here? Because it can't be both. So Baloyi utini kahle kahle. What's going on? Oh, guys, now I can't with Baloyi, guys. Now, this theory of his, it does not make sense. And I keep asking, where is this logic, Karata, in this entire situation? Let's go even deeper than that, because my goodness, Haibo Nasan, if Ntanzi really made those calls to Buthelezi, Jack Buthelezi, then the state must answer which officer gave him the phone, at what time, under what circumstances, was it recorded, is it in the OB book? Because without that, this is not evidence, this is speculation. And right now, there are no officers coming to court to confirm all of this. So Ubaloyi cannot keep on forcing this down our throat. He can't. And also there are gaps when it comes to this cell phone situation. Now here is where it gets even worse for the state. We are told he was not arrested with the phone. At some point they said that, no, we took one phone from Ntanzi, and then it came. No, there were two. Nitini. Which one must be taken into consideration? Now, this is becoming a serious problem, because if he didn't have the phone, then who had it? Was it Ntanzi? Who was using it? Who are you linking those calls? How are you linking those calls to Ntanzi? Which phone was used to phone Jack Buthelezi is another thing. There are only three possibilities. Ntanzi had the phone, you need to prove it for us. Police had it, Then they made the calls. And they had that speaking on it because he was arrested. 3, someone else had the phone. Then the entire case, Kesana, is going to collapse. Right now, the state has proven none of this, but they expect us to take it in, believe in it, take it like the truth serum. I don't know what's going on there with Baloyi, guys. And all of this backfires when it comes to this, because this is where Baloyi's strategy actually turns against him. Because in trying to show Ntanzi is lying, he has exposed something else without realizing. A complete gap in evidence. Instead of placing Ntanzi at the crime scene, he is now stuck trying to explain a phone that nobody can account for. And the more he pushes, the more the contradictions grow, because these things don't make sense. And Ntanzi has a standpoint, like he has a position that he's standing on in all of this situation. And this is why Ntanzi looks composed. He doesn't even care, because every time evidence is brought, he challenges it successfully, in my view. He questions it successfully, in my view. He exposes the gaps successfully, in my view. That is Ntanzi for you. No photos placing him clearly, no solid phone possession, no confirmed police testimony. So now the state is left with pieces, not proof. They are left with pieces, not proof. And let me leave you with this when it comes to this situation, because my goodness, if a man is in police custody and you say he made calls, then bring the officers that saw him making those calls. Bring the officers that found him with a cell phone. Bring the docket that you opened when that situation happened. Bring the evidence that you gathered when you were dealing with that situation. And if you don't, then don't ask the court to guess that happened. Why must a court be guessing? Why? Is Baloyi listening to himself? Because a case is not like that, guys. In a case like this, especially, you can't be expecting people to do guesswork for you. Guessing is not justice. Guessing is not justice, guys. You need to make sure what you are saying makes sense, number one. Number two, what you are saying can be proven. What you are saying has evidence, piles of evidence. And Baloyi, he has none of those things. He has none of those things, and yet he expects South Africans to believe in what he is saying. Njani, he expects the court to take what he is saying as gospel truth. Njani, make it make sense. Make it make sense, because for me, it doesn't. It doesn't, and it never will. So if Baloyi is expecting us as South Africans to support that he's doing good for the state and he's doing a good job, Baloyi must stop playing with us, Ngosiam, as South Africans. We can't. Baloyi, please. Baloyi, please, Ngosiam, he can't do those things to us. Man, uplift doch. It's too much now. The lies are becoming too much. Everything is becoming too much also. We've had enough of the lies. We've had enough of the lies. There's a lot of things, and I can't believe that Mr. what you call Black Excellence is behaving like this. Mr. He has never lost a case. Is this what he was doing for not losing cases? Guys, come on, be serious. Respect us, please. Come on. The people that keep saying Baloyi is the best, is a seasoned prosecutor and the best of the best. Guys, please respect us. Because what we are seeing there is nothing short of nonsense. It is nothing short of nonsense. What we are looking at is nothing short of BS. It's bullshit. Honestly, guys, respect us, please. Nathi singabantu sicela ukuhlonishwa, singabantu baseMzansi. Sicela nisihlonipheni, sicela umhlonipho. Sicela nisihloniphe please. Hayi singabantu nathi sicela nisihloniphe. Ngoba nje ayikho le into. There is no way that uBaloyi is the best of the best with what we are seeing. What we are seeing, it doesn't say Baloyi is the best of the best. Never. Ayikho nje into enjalo. Ngekhe ngiyala. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts when it comes to all of this? Kindly, please make sure you don't forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you are supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. You are very much appreciated. I love you.